Don't forget, we are going to squeeze the vocal, squeeze the hell out of the vocal. So it will bring all the nuances, everything, every rough baggage on the vocal. This place will bring it out.
Against the odds.
All right, let's go there. All right. Yo, boom family. So one of my producer friends actually drew my attention to something yesterday, and it's about parallel compression on vocal. So I said, okay, let me make it today. Let me do the tutorial today, and you need to stick around to watch. And please, if this video is helpful, please share. And I'm also going to talk about mid-side EQ on this video. So it's not just about parallel compression. So even if you know parallel compression already on vocal, stick around. So I'm going to be talking about the importance and how to do mid-side EQ. You know, the reason why my videos are very different is because I always explain the disadvantage, the advantage. If you make it this way, what you run into, if you make it this way, so that's why you need to watch the video. So let's just dive in quickly. When you talk about parallel compression, you need to put two things in mind, and this would determine how you tweak or set your compression, or how you configure your parallel compression. Once you have these two things in mind, you'll be able to know what type of compression settings or what you need to do. So having listened to this song, so let's take here for instance. Let's solo the vocal.
Check your time, take your time. I'll be waiting, girl. Don't you waste no time.
See how clean and heavy and bright, and the vocal has everything. So now, when upon hearing this vocal, I discovered that I need a parallel compression to increase the punchiness, to make the vocal sound punchy in essence. When you want to do parallel compression, you need to put these two things in mind. It's either the vocal needs density or it needs punch. So you need to put these two things in mind. So what are you going for in this parallel compression? So in this very parallel compression, in this very song, I want the vocal to cut through more. I don't want density. The vocal is already dense to me. So I need a bit of, punch in the mid-range and of course the high mid. In the mid-range and of course the high mid. So that's where I need a little bit of punch and the high side. So having known this perspective, so I set off a parallel, synth. So I set up a parallel box, and my first plugin was this guy. What did I do with this guy?
Check your time, take your time.
So I cut this place from 200 and I cut this place from 3K. And I soloed it. Then I went further to cut 7K above and I soloed it. So if I play this thing now.
Check your time. Take your time. I'll be waiting, girl.
So I am only having this place from 200 to 3K pass through, and from 7K to 20K pass through. You see the difference now? So I'm not having anything from 3K to 7K. Here is bypassed. So the only thing I have now is here solo and solo. Listen.
Take your time.
See,
take your
nothing
time.
is coming through here. Nothing is coming through here. So the reason is I only need this body and I only need this area, this high and a bit of the high mid. So I don't need this. I'm removing half of the high mid and half of the highs. If that is correct, I'm removing half of the high mid and a bit of the high mid. That's what I'm allowing, which is from 7K, which is a bit of the high mid. That's what I'm allowing. Do you get? So I don't need this area from between 7K down to 3 point something K. I don't need it in the vocal. Because the vocal, the artist already has a bit of that in his voice.
Take your time. I'll be waiting.
So I don't need it in the parallel compression. Don't forget, we are going to squeeze the vocal, squeeze the hell out of the vocal. So it will bring all the nuances, everything, every rough baggage on every rough baggage on the vocal, this place will bring it out. So I want to remove that place. I don't need it. I don't even want to compress that place more. I just want to eliminate it. Now let's go on.
Check your time.
And of course, the low end. You see, I'm bypassing this low end. There's nothing in the low end. So I'm only allowing this mid range and this high end to pass through. And I'm doing compression on them.
I'll be waiting, girl. Don't you waste no time. Can't deny.
You can use any multi-band compression. It applies to any DAW. Just follow up and understand the concept. And the next thing I did was my favorite bus compressor. I love this compressor too much for parallel. So
check your time.
What I'm doing here now is I had to make up a bit, really make up here. See the makeup here. I had to make up to bring back the volume, and you can see my attack. You see, I'm using 10 milliseconds, which is slow attack on this compressor. Somehow, slow attack based off of this compressor. So I'm using 10 milliseconds. I'm not using the fast attack, which is something like this. I'm using 10 milliseconds. What does this tell you? This tells you that I want this compressor to bring back that transient more, to make it punchy. You see? To make it punchy. So had it been I wanted this compressor to make, had it been I want this vocal to become dense, to make it dense, to make it bigger and fuller, to make it, dense, to make it, if it doesn't have it already, because it has it already. So that's why I want punchiness. So I would have used fast attack. I would have used fast attack on this compressor. It will make the vocal dense. So because I need punchiness on the vocal, I'm using 10. I can even use 30 milliseconds. So I'm using 10. Then I'm putting this threshold on auto. Sorry, I'm putting this release on auto. So that the release can do its work. So I'm playing with the threshold.
Check your time, take your time. I'll be waiting, girl. Don't you
so anything from between 8 dB of gain reduction, I'm okay. So that will bring the punchiness. And of course, the first multi-band compressor or a dynamic compressor is already doing a lot of compression. So, and I made up with this using the makeup to increase the gain. So as you can hear,
take your time, take your time. I'll be waiting, girl. Don't you waste no time.
So even if the vocal is already dense, with this, it will bring back the transient. It will make the vocal more punchy, not just transient. It will make it more punchy. It's not even about transient now. It will make it more punchy. So it will retain that density and of course make it more punchy. Hope you get it. So slide back and watch the video again so that you really get the concept. So 2 things you need to put in mind. What is my vocal lacking? Is it lacking density or it's lacking punchiness? So if it is lacking punchiness, make sure you use this formula to create this type of band and create this high band. And of course, use a bus compressor that will allow you to, bring back the punchiness using this attack and release settings. Then if it is lacking density, the reverse is the case. You can still use this thing if it's lacking density. You can still use this same formula, but your compressor would be fast attack. Then the release could be auto. So it will bring back the density. You feel it, you hear it, real time.
Check your time, take your time.
I promised I was going to show you a very quick secret on mid-side EQ. Now, let's say you have a pad. Let's say you have your song. Maybe the side is bleeding into your low end. This is for professionals. Sometimes they will say on the master, go and use an EQ. This is the master. Use an EQ. Let's say you use Pro. Use Pro. Let's be fast. Let's say you use Pro Q3. Then are you cut? They will tell you do something like this. Cut and do it like this. Side. Then you remove from whatever thing they tell you. Some people will say remove from 25. you don't need to do this. When you are doing this thing affects every of your instruments, and sometimes you actually need a bit of that side to bleed into those low end. It's important. So what you do, if you have a pad that is very big, that is a disturbance to your mix, to your song, since you have control to the mix, you go like this bass now. If you play this bass, this is a bass here.
Even all against the odds.
See this bass? Let's solo everything here. Let's see. You see this part now? Can you hear this part? Let me solo this thing. If you hear this part now, you see something. So since I know the part is have this part, this sub now, since I know this sub now has low informations that would disturb my low end, all I need to do, I don't need to go and do it in the master. That's one big mistake we make. Don't do it in the master. Come to the channel and bring a what's it called, Pro Q 3 or 4, and do that same thing now here on the sound itself. On the sound itself, so you can determine how much you want to remove from the side. You know, if interfering to your low, in your low end. You see? You can see now it changes. See, it changes the tone, the sound. So, and you have, this guy will have more or less work to do, as I guess you putting it on the master. If you put it on the master, everything that is bleeding in is hitting the EQ. Don't forget, these things are machines. When you overload it, they all have tolerance. When you overload it, it will sometimes fail. Sometimes small, you will not know, most especially if you are using a bad system. So come to the channel and do this instead. Cut it the way you want. Use your ear, but I would recommend from 80. From 80, 60 to 80. Let's say 60 to 80. Yeah, 60 to 80. And make sure this thing is 18. The curve is 18. Don't go past 18 or 24. From 80, 60 to 80. But me, I always use something like 60. So this is how to do mid-side. Whatever thing you feel. If you feel, oh, your side stuffs are interfering with your low end, maybe like this one now, it's a pad versus sub. So it definitely will cut into the low end by the side. So I don't want the low end I don't want the side to be my low end. So I don't need to do it on everything. Go to the instruments that you feel they are interfering with your low end and they are wide, and do this. So this thing will take care of them individually. So don't do it as one plugin. So boom. I hope this helps, and please share. Sharing is very important. It's a way of supporting the channel. Please share, okay? Share. Gracias. So comment your thought. Tell me what you want me to do next, and I'm going to do it. Because it's about you. It's about us. It's about the ecosystem. It's about, you know, learning music. And I bet you must know how to mix this year. Thank you.